It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to a Deleezy edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show, as Leanne said a little bit earlier on. We've got the doctor in the house and we've opened up our line 083-9133-728. We're talking about migraines, and if you suffer from migraines, know somebody that suffers from them, and maybe you'd like to seek some advice from the doctor, then you're welcome to give us a call. Now, Graham asked a very important question just before the break. Is it true that women are more prone to migraines than men?
Yes, they are indeed. Actually, about 1 in 4 women have complained of having a headache as debilitating as a migraine. And in men, we look at about 1 in 12 figures globally. So certainly, a lot of it's got to do with the fact that there are certain migraines associated with the reproductive hormones, like estrogen, for example.
So there's a link?
There is definitely a link, and science has proven that over and over again. Even through times of menopause, for example, there's an increased association with that and linked to headache, as well as taking certain oral contraceptives. So that's why, you know, it's quite significant to mention that women are more prone to migraine.
Yeah. Now, a recent study conducted in the United States showed that women with migraine histories have a big drop in estrogen levels in the days just before menstruation compared to women that don't have a history of migraines. What exactly does this mean?
Yeah, so you get women that have headaches that are debilitating, that are cyclical. In other words, every month when it comes to your menses, typically a day or two before and during that time, you'd have really, really debilitating headaches, and then when the menses is over, it's gone. So what they did, and they looked at the levels of estrogen to look and see exactly what happens. And what we have obviously identified is that in certain ladies, the levels drop rather rapidly compared to others. And that's obviously been identified as a possible trigger for what we call catamenial or cyclical migraine.
My goodness. Now, I mean, I remember my cousin was telling me that she was suffering from migraines for about like a week, 2 weeks long. Is that sometimes they last that long?
Sometimes, typically they last from 1 day up to about 3-4 days. If they go on beyond that, one certainly would want to definitely even have them admitted, because it's not just a simple headache. It's generally a really debilitating headache associated with things like nausea, vomiting, visual disturbance and scintillations and that kind of thing.
Is it then when it gets that bad that you know it's time to go see a doctor, or are there earlier warning signs that could tell you that it's about to get there, so see a doctor now?
Great question. So migraine sufferers know that there's often what's the aura or the warning, so they can prepare. If you take medication, simple analgesia like paracetamol or even 900 milligrams of aspirin, for example, early on, you might prevent the full-blown attack. But what people must realize is obviously that if you have identified the triggers for your headaches, you need to deal with them, obviously, timelessly.
Absolutely. Well, let's give you that number one more time, 083-9133-728. We'll continue our chat with Dr. Darren Green about migraines a little bit later on. In fact, we're going to be talking about how you could possibly prevent them. But right now, let's head on over to Graham.